Hello, good evening, welcome. This is our presentation on effective schools and classrooms for bilingual and multilingual students. Our group is composed by Fernando Esquivel, Juliana Irala, for the class of Foundations of Language Education in a Multilingual, Multicultural World of the Professor Valentina Canese. In this presentation, we'll try to answer the questions: what do effective schools and classrooms for bilingual and multilingual students look like? And what is the role of teachers in making these schools and classrooms effective? For this, we consulted our source, which is Foundations of Bilingual Education and Bilingualism, in its 6 editions by Colin Baker and Wayne E. Wright. We're going to start by looking at key themes in school and classroom effectiveness. We look at four levels, which are the individual level, classroom level, school level, contextual factors, and also we look at outcome measures like what do effective schools and classrooms for bilingual and multilingual students look like? In chapter 12, we examine the development of studies that have investigated whether bilingual schools are more or less effective than monolingual schools. It has also examined the relative effectiveness of different forms of bilingual education, and in this case, the evaluation of immersion bilingual education and heritage language education tend to favor strong forms of bilingual education. So the studies indicate that such bilingual education not only results in bilingualism and biliteracy, but also tends to heighten achievement across the curriculum. Strong forms of bilingual education tend to raise standards and performance of children.
In bilingual education, many things can affect how well it's working for the students. It is not just about the kids themselves. Parents being interested and involved in their kids' education, teachers being enthusiastic and committed, and having enough resources like books and computers. They all play a part. Policymakers usually look at the big picture and they look at the general ideas. Even within the same bilingual education program, there can be differences in how well kids do in different subjects. The key thing to understand is that the language policy in school is just one piece of the puzzle for success. Success doesn't come from just one thing, like the language used in class. Many factors, like the type of program, how it is structured, and how it is practiced, all work together to make bilingual education successful or not. Different models of bilingual education interact with various factors like students, teachers, curriculum, and the environment in very complex ways. It is also really hard to compare different programs because they're not always labeled correctly, and there's a lot of variation in how they're actually carried out in the classroom. So to judge how effective bilingual education is, we have to look at the students, the teachers, the community, the school, and even the type of program altogether. We can just focus on one thing. Kids have different characteristics, and the classroom itself has various factors that affect learning. Even outside the classroom, the school's attributes and the community play a big role. The social, cultural, and political environment around the school also influence how will language minority children learn at all levels?